It's not a must-win situation for the Pacers, but it's pretty darn close. And these are desperate times. They need to win badly.
Show us everything you got, big fella.
Bosh on the finish. Bosh again. Chris Bosh from downtown. George throws it down. James on the attack to the rim and a foul. Leads, fires, hits the three.
Mama, there goes that man.
James coast to coast and throws it down.
He'd have blown this one open.
How the champs moved within a win of a fourth straight Eastern Conference title. That would be the Miami Heat. And that guy, LeBron James, Paul George, and the Pacers up against it in South FLA. And LeBron and D. Wade got a little help from the other member of the Big Three, Chris Bosh, who had not shot the ball well, but accounted for their first 8 points.
Well, sometimes a team meeting away from the gym can help you get your player going, but tonight LeBron set the table for Bosh, came out on fire tonight, and he said, this is going to be my night. Excellent job moving out the basketball and knocking down shots.
10 points in the first quarter for Bosh, the first starter other than James or Wade to reach double figures in this series. He went up with 25 on the night. Miami, defense to offense, just like that.
Maybe not the prettiest fast break Miami's run as Dwayne Wade loses the handle on the ball, but doesn't lose sight of LeBron James. And then swarming defense. This has been a problem for the Pacers. Hibbert caught at half court, trying to get Indiana to initiate some offense. Yeah, there's just one LeBron James, but I'm sure it feels like sometimes there's 6 or 7. Gets that steal and an easy 2.
Read that pass like a comic book, and back it goes the other way. 20 points off 14 Indiana turnovers. But the Pacers hanging around here. Paul George gets inside for the dunk. He had 11 before halftime. James drives and throws it down. Shakes off George Hill on his way to the dunk and one. He had 15 in the first half.
Tapping him on the shoulder is not going to be enough. And you got to rotate earlier.
Yet somehow Indy only down by 5 at the half. Early in the third quarter, keeping it hopping. Coaches love this stuff.
First possession of the second half for Miami. Strong side to weak side. Why not? Let's go back to the strong side, because you know who's there? LeBron James. He knocks down that 3 ball. And I'll tell you, Matt, we said 5 points at half, but we were all talking about it didn't feel like 5. And then Rashard Lewis, great find here with the shot clock at 4. Had to get a shot off. LeBron James takes care of business.
The King hit 2 of 3 from the great beyond, and off the Roy Hibbert miss. He didn't make anything. James the other way in the blink of an eye. He's throwing it down. The Heat outscored the Pacers by 11 in the third quarter.
They got to stop the ball first, Matt. First line of defense, LeBron all the way to the rim.
Question for you fellas. Who's got Norris Cole?
Nobody, because we forgot to communicate, Brent.
The Miami Heat have him, Matt. That's who has him. You can see C.J. Watson and Paul George, miscommunication. Nobody chases Noko, and he gets 3.
A head scratcher for such a good defensive team. Miami led by as many as 23. The margin was 20 after that bucket. But Pacers showed some life. Paul George knocks down a 3. And then Lance Stevenson, who had foul trouble for much of this game, had a short burst. Suddenly, it's a 9-point margin with just over a minute and a half to go. But after that bucket, there was this one. James with his first points of the fourth quarter. Timely.
Paul George, we know you're a better defender than that, but you were riding LeBron James all the way down the floor. You have to get in front of him, show him your numbers. But we are talking about the King.
Or somebody's got to get in front of him. Really.
James went for 32, 10 boards, and 5 assists on the night. And Miami won without Chris Anderson. The Birdman was out with a thigh contusion. Despite that, Roy Hibbert was scoreless for the 4th time this postseason, and the Heat didn't really suffer on the interior. Just -3 in terms of rebounding, only -2 in terms of points in the paint. They win their 10th straight postseason game on their home floor. This one started by their stretch 5.
If you see one go in, you want 2, and then you want 3 more. So I guess greed, a little bit greedy. I just wanted to, get off to a good start. I wanted to be aggressive tonight, and I wanted to play good basketball. And, sometimes it's always difficult in my situation to kind of do that, but, tonight was a good night.
There was a lot of talk the past couple days about getting off to a better start, and then you guys did. What was the key difference for you tonight?
Chris Bosh. We got off to that fast start because Chris Bosh came out and got it going early.
We lost game 2. we need to win one time here and then take care of our home court. So we had 3 opportunities to do that. We didn't do it in game 3 and 4. You know, our belief is strong that we'll go back and get game 5 and then come back and fight in game 6.
All that sounds great, but he's still got to deal with number 6 on the opposition, who recorded his 74th playoff game of at least 25 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. That's first all time, more than anybody else, including Michael Jordan, who he passed with that game. All that being said, it was Bosh who made the difference early in this one.
Yeah, Bosh came out to a great start tonight, ready to shoot the basketball, but I thought LeBron and the rest of his teammates did an excellent job of putting him in good situations. And right here, just good ball movement here. Roy Hibbert, you're too far away, hands down, man down, knock down 3-point shot. But when you see that enthusiasm right there, when he's saying, this is going to be my night, I said, this is going to be a night for Chris Bosh to show everyone he still is one of the big 3. And LeBron does an excellent job turning this corner. You have to help, because if not, LeBron gets all the way to the corner, nice little brush screen, and come on, Yamahimi, you have to rotate quicker because Bosh is going to knock it down.
Well, I think Rashard Lewis being in the starting lineup as well, 3D, makes the Indiana Pacers have to guard 2 stretch guys. So Hibbert having to get to Bosh. Once you're concerned about that, Yamahimi gets lost on this play. Oh, yeah, that's right. He is a 4-man. He does like to roll. So Chris able to get a little bit of everything inside, outside, made 3 3-pointers tonight, had made 2 in the previous 3 games, only 2 of 12. So offensively was very good tonight.
Bosh changed the game with his hot early start. Late, they were sort of in cruise control until Indy got close. In between, a whole lot of James.
Whole lot of James. Very patient in the first one, let Bosh kind of set the table. Then LeBron said, it's my turn to take over. And watching this game, we know the Indiana Pacers are a solid defensive team, but you got to put your numbers in front of LeBron. But wait, he's knocking down tough shot after tough shot.
Yeah, a couple of those threes were just ridiculous and sort of backbreakers for Indiana. The thing about LeBron James tonight, though, Matt, that I found really interesting was his aggressiveness just trying to get into the lane. I know he only shot 4 free throws in this game, but that doesn't mean that he was not getting his feet wet inside that yellow paint at the arena tonight. And after getting a rebound, that's when he's the most dangerous. So you see on these possessions, Rashard Lewis having to match up with David West. But look at LeBron here. He's got 2 guys behind him. How many more guys is he going to pass as you see David West reacting to the miss? Look at the speed and attack of LeBron James. He's passed 3 guys now, and he's attacking Lance Stevenson, who's got foul trouble. Now it's a LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, fast break. Most of the time, this is considered a nightmare. You're not stopping the first guy, but you're definitely not stopping Wade. He's able to get a transition layup. And then on this possession, you'll watch LeBron James battling again. Rashard Lewis does a great job on the help side. Haslam stops and cuts off Hibbert. He doesn't get it into the lane. That's how good the defense here by Haslam is. And then on the backside, Rashard Lewis is in a wrestling match with David West. He's got a body on him. He's going to get shoved out of the way, but who's in rebound position? LeBron James. He gathered 10 of those boards tonight, and then we're off to the races again. Fast break, nobody stops him. Paul George, bad body position here. If you're sideways, you're beat. You've got to square up. Not able to do that. LeBron James tonight, 9 of 10 in the restricted area alone. So in attack mode, getting in there and getting the job done. This was supposed to be a tough series for the Miami Heat, but since game 1, it's felt like the Miami Heat have been the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Been all champs since then. A frustrating night for the Pacers. And for Paul George, who made some interesting comments after the game, complained about the officiating a little bit, the free throw disparity between the 2 teams. He was also asked about the wisdom of Lance Stevenson's off-day comments, suggesting he had gotten into LeBron's head on the court with some trash talking, and seemed to suggest that he hoped his young teammate had learned a lesson.
Well, you know, Lance is young. That's a teaching point. You know, that's a learning lesson for him. I mean, sometimes you just got to watch what you say. You know, you're on a big stage. You know, everything we say is going to be bulletin board material, and it's really going to have a powerful meaning behind it. You know, we just got to be smarter with situations and, you know, just voicing our opinion sometimes.
And Stevenson was taken out of this game by foul trouble early on. He sat out virtually the entire second quarter and ultimately didn't have a lot of impact here.
Yeah, the foul trouble, and there's too many jump shots, and you wait to the fourth quarter to kind of get into your flow and attack your man and trying to get to the rim. And Paul George, I like his leadership, but he's only a year older than Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
24 and 23, so I understand what he's trying to say, but at the end of the day, I like the fact you're trying to be a leader and trying to get your team going knowing you're down 3-1.
Fourth time the Pacers have trailed 3-1 in a best of 7, and as you see, they are 0-3 in those situations.
More frustrations, Matt. I mean, Roy Hibbert, another scoreless game. Again, foul trouble for a key guy on the Indiana Pacers, and now 3-1, and we know the record. When teams go down 3-1, it's basically get out the coffin.
214-8 is the record.
There it is. That's the record.
Not a coffin.
3-1. By the way, the Heat in the Big Three era are 8-0 in Game 5s. The next Game 5 happens Wednesday night back in Indianapolis.